my crafty friends, welcome back to Sweet Bay Lane. And just in case you're new here, my name is Tracy. Now for this project, we're going to be working with some old fence pickets that I actually got off of the curb in my neighborhood. We're constantly replacing fences around here in South Florida because the weather is very hard on them. So I'm always on the lookout for these perfectly good pieces of wood to work with. Now, do they make a beautiful fence? Not so much, but they're still good and solid and they can make wonderful crafts. And you can't get that aging. I mean, that is the best. So I took two pieces. Actually, I took two pieces that were 30 inches long and I just split them down the center. They measure 5.5 inches across and then 30 inches tall. So what I did is, as you'll see, I just cut it down the center. You'll see the fresh wood inside. And I also added a designer kind of a decorative fence picket at the end. And that was actually quite easy. I also am going to be using two pieces that actually it was one piece and I split it down the middle and they measure 16 inches. So let's go ahead and get started with our project. And this is actually quite a fun project. Well, I think it's going to be a fun project. We'll see, right? But you're going to take your fence pickets and you're going to lay them out. Now I'm going to take my little brace pieces of wood and we're going to lay them out here and make sure the bottom is even. And then I want my sides to be 1 inch in. So I want my first piece to be 1 inch in 1 inch like that on my board. And then we'll do this one in 1 inch. So we basically want our first boards in 1 inch from the edge. And then this one, we're going to take, since it's 16 inches, we're going to make sure it's in the center of our project. So it's 16 inches, and that actually is perfect. We've got this one on. I also need to make sure that it's the same width from the bottom, and that's going to be 2 inches. And 2 inches. Okay, so now we are going to attach these with some wood screws. And I'm just going to be using these wood screws and we're just going to screw one in each picket here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I think I'm going to pre-drill my holes. So now we have those 3 in there. Now we're going to line up our top brace. I'm going to move this down. This one should be hopefully fairly easy since we have this one as our guide. We're going to take and measure. Make sure we're in 1 inch. Because it doesn't have to be perfect really, because it is supposed to be a rustic thing and I'm actually turning this into something more complicated than it needs to be. But let's see. So we want to do 8 inches. Then we're going to take and drill our holes again. Now you could just probably drill the screw in there. Screw the screw in without pre-drilling. But with older wood like this, I kind of like to pre-drill just because that way it doesn't split the wood. Okay. Alright, so now we have what looks like this. Isn't that cute? Looks like the little fence picket, a little piece of fence. I love it, so cute already. But we want to use this for all seasons. And anytime we want to change up our front porch decor, we want to be able to do it easily. So I came up with this idea, and I love this whole fence idea, but I also am going to add a hanger right to the top of my middle brace board here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to pre-drill our holes for that as well. Now that we have our holes pre-drilled for our hanger, we're going to now tighten it up and screw it in with our cordless drill. Actually, if you guys need a good cordless drill, I love these Ryobi tools. They are so easy to work with. And I actually got this in a pack of Ryobi tools. It came in like a big tool bag. And I love all of them. They are all amazing tools, and they're very easy to handle because my hands are like smaller, and they're very easy. And I love the cordless part of it too. That's my favorite. But anyway, if you're looking for a good drill, definitely check out the Ryobi cordless. And I'll see if I can find like a link to the one that I have. I think they changed the colors of it, but I'll see if I can find a link for you guys. Now we're going to take our screws and we're going to screw down our hanger. All right, so now we have that on there. It's nice and secure. So here's what we have so far. We have our little fence piece panel looking, and then we have our hanger. Now, you can do whatever you want with this thing because I think it is the perfect versatile seasonal thing. But what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to hang a wreath from mine like this, and it's Christmas time right now for us. I'm going to be just decorating mine with a simple bow. I'm going to put it at the top. Now I pre-made this bow. It was from another project, and it's using some of that beautiful tree ribbon I purchased from Michaels, which, oh my gosh, Michaels had the best ribbon this year. I mean, it was all I could do to control myself. Now I also, just in case you didn't notice, I took my wreath out and I sprayed it with this spray paint. Let me go get the spray paint so you guys know exactly what I spray painted with. I'll be right back. Yeah, what I spray painted my wreath with is this Skinny Dips. It's a satin. It's called Skinny Dip, and it's by Color Shot. So I sprayed my wreath with that and let it get good and dry. And I'm just going to take it, and since I want to be able to use my wreath over and over as well, I can just take and twist my ribbon or twist my bow on there like that. Or I can just glue my ribbon down to itself, not onto the wreath, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then once I had my bow glued on, that is so cute. I love that simplicity of it. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to add a little sign to my wreath like this. And I wanted to say welcome. And I have this little stencil that says welcome. So let's go ahead and get that out and see if we can make something pretty. Let's see if it fits. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect fit. So let's go ahead and just stencil our welcome onto our little plaque that we stained. And I just used the gel stain from Hobby Lobby. And I think you can also buy some of this gel stain at Michael's too. So we're just going to take and stencil our welcome onto our wood piece. So let's go ahead and do that now. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil it, but I'm going to use this, what's it called? Creamy Chamomile. And I'm going to do that on the welcome. And I don't know if I'm going to do the edge here, the little design. That might be cute too. So let's go ahead and get started and see where we're at. We'll do the welcome first, and then we'll continue on. And then we have this cute little welcome sign. How fun is that? And the stencil worked out perfectly, I think. Now we're just going to attach it to our wreath. And you can just hot glue it, or you can add some little pipe cleaners to the edges and attach it to the wreath that way. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and do that now, and then I'll show you the finished wreath. And just in case you're new to my channel and you haven't seen this, this is how I do attach my signs to my wreaths. Is I take some pipe cleaners or some wire, or maybe even some greenery, wired greenery. You know, like the pine wired greenery. And I glue them down, and then I put a little piece of felt over that just for added strength. And once we have them glued on, then you'll just attach it to your wreath. Then we have this cute little wreath with our little welcome sign on there. And you can do whatever you want. It could say Merry Christmas, it can say Happy Hanukkah, whatever you choose. But then we're going to take our fence picket and we are going to hang our wreath on our fence picket like that. How stinking cute is that? And I'll show you guys outside on my porch the full effect. But I think it is so cute and I can't wait to change it out for each season. I'm so excited. What do you guys think? You think you'll make one? I hope so. And if you can't get your hands on some of this old fence picket, you can buy new fence picket at Home Depot or Lowe's, or you could also just do it with some common board lumber from either one of those big box stores. Now we're moving on to this DIY. We're going to be using one of these wood boxes. It's actually like a wall hanger, and I purchased it at, actually, I purchased this one at Hobby Lobby, but they have these exact same ones at Walmart, and they're actually very good quality. So if you're looking for one, they have them at Walmart. And like I said, I'll try and link everything that I can find for you guys. That way you don't have to figure out where to find it. But anyway, so we're going to take this wood piece and we are going to stencil it. Now I'm going to be using this stencil I created with some contact paper, and it says Sleigh Bells Ring. And I'm going to be doing a bit of a reverse stencil on this, and I'm going to be using the letters and then stenciling over the letters. So let's go ahead and get that down in the center. And once we have our stencil down, we're going to take a makeup sponge and we're going to stencil a light coating around our letters with this beautiful folk art green. And what is this? It's called Thicket. Yeah, Thicket matte finish. Now we have that stenciled on. We are going to peel our letters off. And where is my X-Acto knife? Where is that X-Acto knife? I can never find it when I'm looking. Okay, so now we're going to take our X-Acto knife. We're going to peel our letters. Now we've removed our letters and you'll have this little print. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take mine outside and I'm going to distress this kind of to blend the edges of my design. And let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. I'm just going to take some of this, what is this, 120 grit, and I'm just going to go out and lightly sand it. So I'll be right back. Now we have it sanded and I think it looks a lot better. It's more blended. So, hey Rivy, you want to come see? You want to come see our craft friends? Come here. I got a treat for you. Come on, up. There she is. Say hello, everybody. What you doing, baby? Come up. Oh, that's a mom baby. Oh, she's a mom baby girl. I love you so much. Okay, come on. Come on. No, you done? All right, she's done. She's had enough of us. What? You're so silly. You see your friends out there? Any friends? Any friends? No. No friends? Oh, they moved, didn't they? Boo. Well, maybe new ones will move in. We don't know. know. We don't know. And what I'm going to do with mine is I'm just going to embellish it. And for that, I'm going to be using, I actually kind of want to use this ribbon because I love it so much. But it's a little wide, so I think I'm going to use some of this velvet, red velvet ribbon from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to put it across my sign like that. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll make a bow. And we're also going to make another little fun embellishment. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. Now I'm going to make a simple bow. And we have our bow made. We're just going to glue it on right there, I think, right? Or are we going to glue it in the center? I think we'll glue it off to the side. Perfect. Now I want to add some jingle bells to mine. And I'm going to add a strand of jingle bells. And I was thinking of using these cute little jingle bells. I'm not sure how they would hang, but I think they would be cute. Or I could use the tiny jingle bells. What do you guys think? I think I'll try the larger bells. And do you remember this? We bought this strand from Hobby Lobby, and I've just been using the bells and cutting them off. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see how that looks. So we'll make 3 bells hanging down. I'll measure them out. I want them to be evenly spaced. And then we'll just take and tie them in a knot at the top with all 3 strands like that. Just tie it like that. And then we have our strands. And we will cut this and then glue them in place. Now I'm going to glue mine underneath the ribbon, I think. Like that. And then just glue them down. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Because we don't know. We don't know. Hopefully it'll go well. We shall see. I'm going to hold my ribbon up. And then we're just going to stick it down. Perfect. Perfectly perfect. Oh, I love how it turned out. It's so cute. Although my little bells are twisted a little bit. It looks so cute. I love it. I love it. I kind of want to put a bell here like this. I think that'll be pretty too. So let's just really bell it up, you know. That's what we got them for, to use them, right? We're just going to stick a little bell right there. I could even add a few strands of these to mix in. That might be kind of cute too. Let me see. Let's just check this out and see. We might be onto something. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to do something interesting. We're going to tie it in a strand and hang it down. So let's see if I can pull this off. All right, yes, that looks so cute. I love adding the smaller bells too with the larger bells. And I think it looks so cute. Now, you could actually add some like greenery up here. That might kind of tie in the green. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll add a couple sprigs of greenery here. Let me go ahead and see what I have on hand, and we will do that. Okay, so now I have some of that Real Touch greenery that we purchased. I forget, I purchased this at Walmart. And it's so cute. It's like, it feels like rubbery, but it's that Real Touch stuff that's all like trending all over this year. But anyway, so here's what we have so far. I have a little piece of that here and down here with the bells. But I thought it could use something down here to tie the bells in. And I was thinking of taking some of this twine. It's a larger twine, and I think I'm going to attach it down to the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that now. So now we have our greenery on and our little rope trim. And I also decided to add a few bells down here in the corner of our rope trim. So that kind of ties in the bells on the top corner. I love how this turned out. It is so cute. And you can hang it, or I love what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit mine. And it's just going to be a little sitter piece in my front entryway on my table. And I think it's going to be so cute. And it's going to blend perfectly with my dining room theme that I have. So everything is tying in nicely. What do you guys think? Will you make one?